Hey everybody, hello. Jessica Coulter here, CEO and founder of Ace Cookie Tutoring. Today we are starting a new myth video series all about after school. So moms and dads, if you missed out on last week's videos all about time management, they're here on my YouTube channel and they're on my Facebook business page. So make sure you catch those. Before we really get going, guys, I want to hear from you. We are talking about after-school activities. Today we are focusing on whether your teens should take a break, should have some fun, or if they should get straight into homework. So let me know. Do your kids, get straight into their homework, or do they want a break? Because I can tell you, for me, I definitely wanted a break, but where it gets sticky and what we're going to talk about is the fact that your teens take a break and then they never stop taking a break sometimes. So definitely I want to hear from you all to see where your kids are at, see what's going great, what's not going so great about after school and breaks and homework. I also want to tell you, before I start sharing with you some strategies, I keep trying to say tips and strategies at the same time, some strategies before we get going. Do you know, if you want to set up a time to talk, would love to talk to you, to your teens. All you gotta do is fill out that intake form, which is in the link in the description. So here we go, guys. Now that you've shared with me about breaks, about homework, I want you to know that it is a myth. It is a myth that your teens are not going to have homework, okay? I know that's a big debate out there between parents, between teachers, educators overall. You know, is homework good? Is homework bad? That's not what we're going to talk about, okay? Just know it is a myth. If your teens think, hey, every day after school, I am done with school. I gotta come home and play video games, I gotta read, I gotta chat with friends, I gotta go fun places. That is just not true. Okay, so you need to be prepared, your teens need to be prepared to do some kind of learning after school every single day. Okay, now the easiest way to make this happen is if there's some kind of routine. Okay, so if your kids come home every day, say they're home by 3:30, either you've dropped them off, they've driven themselves, maybe they rode the bus, and then they, get free time until dinner time. Maybe that's the routine you agree on with your kids, maybe that's what they need, that's what their learning style requires. Or maybe they come home and they're still in school mindset, they're still thinking about whatever last class that was, they have everything fresh in their brains, and they just want to get it done. That is also okay. The important thing for you, for your teen to understand, is that that choice, that decision is going to be different kid to kid, sometimes semester to semester, sometimes even school year to school year. Okay, so just be prepared to have to figure out what is the right order of playtime, free time, and homework, study time with your kids. Okay? Before I go too much further, guys, if you're just now joining us, would love to have you subscriber of my YouTube channel and as a follower of my Facebook business page. So I will be going live each day this week all about after school and the myths and misbeliefs and mistakes students and parents sometimes make about after school. So what else to tell you? Well, I want you to know that if your teen is involved in a whole lot of activities, that has to be considered when deciding what to do after school. Okay, so like I said, I gave the example of 3:30. So if that's when your teen's home, maybe he's not part of a sport this semester. He only plays fall football. He doesn't do anything like spring baseball. Or maybe your child, in the winter there's a big play, a big musical, and there's all sorts of practices. Then obviously that schedule is going to be different during those months, days, weeks, whatever it is, for practice with the musical than it will be now that we're almost done with the end of the school year. Okay, so just know those are going to change. Okay, now also I know there's a lot of different types of families out there now. I know sometimes we have kind of blended families with kids going to this parent, or maybe we've got big age differences. So that's something else to be prepared for, parents, is to know what works for your oldest child who's a senior in high school might be so different than what works for your fourth grader. And then we've got, maybe you've got someone in the middle there, like a 7th or 8th grader. Again, very different schedule. So that's something that your children are going to need some help from you. If your 4th grader has 10 minutes of homework and then he thinks he can run around the house having an awesome time, whereas your senior needs to get those college applications done, needs to study for that big final, You know, that's going to be a huge distraction if you've got your 4th grader running around having an awesome time. And then throw in your 7th or 8th grader, and you've got someone, you know, that's really struggling with that math homework, and it should only take 10 minutes, but because it's so difficult and so tough, you know, you're like, I need help. Well, again, you've got 3 very different situations going on there. And then you throw in learning styles. You know, maybe your senior is an auditory learner, and so he wants to say everything out loud, listen to recordings. Maybe your 4th grader has so much energy all the time because he's kinesthetic. So be prepared for that too. So I want to keep this one short and sweet. Just wanted you to know that after school can be fun. You know, there doesn't have to be hours upon hours of homework, but there can't also be hours upon hours of video games or TV watching or playing with friends. There has to be some learning involved after school. Now, remember, Mondays might be crazy full of homework. Tuesdays might be really chill and relaxed. It also depends on day-to-day schedules. So I hope this helps parents. If you've got some questions about how I can help your own teens make after school better, you know, let's get some homework figured out. Let's make sure we know how to learn. Let's, you know, figure out a schedule that works for each of your teens at home. Then let's talk. To schedule a free strategy session, click the link in the description, answer a couple questions, and we'll be able to figure out a time that works. So thanks for watching. Have an awesome night, and I will see you tomorrow for another myth. Bye.